Your credit score is a three-digit number, but banks use it to make decisions that cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of your life. Most people never see the mechanics clearly. They see the outcome, a declined application, a high interest rate, a loan that came through faster than expected, but not the system producing it. This video is about the system. 8 levels. The same person, moving through each one. Level 0. No credit history at all. You just got your first job, or you moved to a new country, or you simply never borrowed money. To the bank, you are a blank page. And a blank page is not better than a bad history. It is worse, because the system does not know what to do with you. You walk in for a credit card. They tell you there is no history to evaluate. You go for a car loan. They ask you to show a payment record. You try to rent an apartment without a guarantor, and the landlord asks for one. You are in a trap that has no malicious design behind it. It is simply how the system is built. To get a history, you need credit. To get credit, you need a history. The only exit is a secured card, where you deposit your own money as collateral so the bank can lend it back to you. It is absurd, and it is the standard starting point for everyone. Level 1. A score between 300 and 579. This does not happen overnight. Someone missed several payments. Someone went to collections. Someone went through bankruptcy. The system recorded each of those events and assigned them a weight. That weight pulls the score down and holds it there for years. You want a personal loan. You get approved, but the rate is between 28 and 35%. On a loan of 200,000 rubles over 3 years, you will repay 330,000. The difference, 130,000 rubles, is not the price of the loan. It is the price of your credit reputation. A mortgage is either unavailable or available only at a rate where the monthly payment consumes half your salary. Some car-sharing services with postpaid billing will block accounts at this score level. Employers in the financial sector check credit ratings during hiring. A low score stops being a financial problem and becomes a social one. The system does not know your name. It knows one fact about you, the number, and everything else follows from that. Level 2. A score between 580 and 619. You climbed out of the red zone. This took time, months of careful payments, maybe closing old debts. You moved, but the system still does not fully trust you. Credit cards are available, but with limits of 15 to 30,000 rubles. A car loan is possible, but only with a down payment of 30 to 40%. Banks say yes to you now, but it is a cautious yes, with conditions, with collateral, with a cosigner. The hardest part of this level is not the products. The hardest part is understanding the mechanics. One missed payment weighs 5 times more than a timely one. Every credit application leaves a hard inquiry on your history and nudges the score slightly down. You are trying to build history, but every attempt leaves a mark. The process of repairing your credit actively works against repairing your credit. You learn this after the fact, usually. Level 3. A score between 620 and 659. The middle. You can now access most products. Not the best ones. Most of them. And the middle in the banking system is the place where you are served, but not competed for. A mortgage is available. The rate will be 1.5 to 2.5% higher than what a client with an excellent score receives. On a mortgage of 5 million rubles over 20 years, that difference amounts to roughly 900,000 rubles in additional interest paid. The bank does not explain this to you. It simply quotes you the rate. A car loan no longer requires mandatory collateral. A credit card with real cashback becomes available, 1%, which is real, though not impressive. The bank's app starts showing you new offers. You have become interesting to the system. Not valuable, interesting. The distinction matters, because interest disappears at the first sign of trouble. Level 4. A score between 660 and 719. Something shifts here. The bank stops simply reacting to you and starts thinking about you as a future. Credit limits increase on their own. You log into the app and find a notification. Your limit has been raised from 80,000 to 150,000 rubles. You did not ask for this. The algorithm decided that because you do not use your limit fully, it is safe to extend more. This is a signal about how the system evaluates you. For the first time, the bank is offering you a product rather than just responding to your request. It is a small shift, but it means you have moved from the category of clients who are serviced to the category of clients who are wanted. The mortgage rate enters the zone of normal, not excellent, but no longer punishing. Every 0.5% reduction in rate, on a 20-year mortgage translates to roughly 200,000 rubles saved. The system is beginning to tilt in your direction quietly, at the level of basis points and approval conditions that are easy to miss if you are not watching for them. Losing you is expensive, and expensive clients get treated differently. Level 5. A score between 720 and 779. The change at this level is not in approvals. Those have been mostly available since level 4. The change is in terms. Every product gets slightly better. The mortgage rate drops below the key rate, plus a standard markup. Credit cards with 3 to 5% cashback become available. Real cashback, not the kind that applies only to specific stores on specific days of the month. A car loan at 7 to 9%. And then something new starts happening. Banks begin competing for you. You receive letters from competing institutions offering refinancing. This is a signal. Your profile has become attractive enough that other players are paying marketing budgets to reach you. You now have leverage that did not exist at any previous level. If you walk into your bank and say you are considering moving your accounts, someone will make you an offer to stay. That is a different kind of conversation from anything that happened in levels 1 or 2. Level 6. A score between 780 and 819. At this level, banks start offering things that are not publicly advertised. Products that do not appear on the website. Rates that are not posted anywhere. A personal manager, not a call center, not a rotating representative, but a specific person with a name and a direct number who knows your account. The mortgage rate is not a half point better than level 3. It is a 1.5 to 2 points better. Over the life of a loan, this is not a small number. When something goes wrong, and something always eventually goes wrong, the resolution is different. At level 1, the automated system processes your complaint and responds in 3 to 5 business days. At level 6, you call your manager and the problem is resolved in that conversation. Not because you are a better person, because your account is flagged accordingly in their system. The bank is no longer thinking about you as a single product. It is thinking about the mortgage, the card, the savings account, the investment account, and everything you might bring in the future. Losing you is expensive, and expensive clients get treated differently. Level 7. A score between 820 and 850. Fewer than 20% of people ever reach this range. This does not mean you are wealthy. It means the system has accumulated enough positive data about you that the mathematical risk of lending to you is minimal. The rates offered are the best available in the market, sometimes lower than those offered to the bank's own partners, because the bank would rather keep you inside than let a competitor win your business. Credit card limits rise without being asked to levels you do not need, which is itself a signal. The bank is demonstrating trust as a gesture. The main value at this level is not in the products. It is in speed. Every inquiry is handled as a priority. Every transaction processes without delay. Wire transfers that would take a retail customer 2 weeks are completed internally in 48 hours because the people processing them have been told whose account this is. The system that at level 1 did not know your name now treats your account as a named record that cannot be lost. Not because you are a priority as a person, because you are a line item in someone's performance review, and losing you would matter to people whose careers depend on not losing you. The system will not change. The rules are the same for everyone. What changes is your position inside it. Every on-time payment is a data point. Every closed debt is a step. Every year without a late payment is a record the system stores and eventually converts into better terms, lower rates, faster approvals, and access to things that were not available before. The difference between level 1 and level 7 is not luck. It is years of small, careful decisions that compound into a profile banks compete for. And that profile starts with the first payment you make on time.